TrumpRepublican.News. That's TrumpRepublican.News. TrumpRepublican.News. This is Jack Easum, and I am speaking today on a wonderful weekend day where it's warm and hot in the summer. I want to tell you, life is good. Donald Trump's the president. He's working hard. He's got some loyal people in there. There are a lot of troublemakers in the government too. But you know, it's a good day in America. It's a good day where I live. Well, it's such a good day in the heat of the summer. It's August. So we decided to celebrate just being alive. And I hope you join us in that as TrumpRepublican.News goes on a little bit more today. But what we did, we decided to have ice cream floats. I know. It's, pound for pound, it packs it on, but I'm telling you, it tasted fantastic. Now, I don't know what your choices are, but I'll tell you what mine were. I really like a root beer floats with vanilla ice cream. Now, I know that's kind of plain for a lot of people, but I like 2 scoops of ice cream in it. And as I was drinking it, I noticed I didn't have a straw because in California, Jerry Brown has outlawed straws. So anyway, my nose kind of dipped into it. It was coming, and I got that little piece of vanilla ice cream on the tip of my nose. Had to wipe it off. But I'll tell you, that root beer float tasted, oh, man, that was good. And another one was made for my friend here, and I'll tell you, that was a Coca-Cola with Rocky Road ice cream, 2 scoops. Now, that's a little out there, for me. That's combination's a little more powerful than I thought. But I want to tell you, the Coca-Cola was not diet. It was a regular Coca-Cola that was somehow bottled in Mexico where they use real sugar. So it tastes like Coca-Cola like it used to be, a number of years ago. And it was thoroughly enjoyed by everyone. So that's how we've been celebrating today. But then I started looking at the news, and I think it's important to remember, we're living in an era that is pretty wild, but it's good to know what the real news is and the truth. And one of the things that's happening with TrumpRepublican.News is we've been reaching out to a lot of our followers and emailing them, and they've been calling and things like that. And everyone is talking right now about voter fraud. And I guess it's quite apparent to a number of people that in the Ohio 12th Congressional District, there was some kind of voter fraud. In fact, Dave Hodges of the Common Sense Show, Dave's a great guy, and he just did a show that we posted on TrumpRepublican.News. So go to the website, TrumpRepublican.News, and you can tie in to what Dave's show was about. It's about 5 minutes, but it's really worth listening to. It's called Massive Voter Fraud in Ohio. And he's right. I mean, we've been saying some of the same things, but basically over 170 people voted that are like 116 years old, and then 124 voters, they're over the age of 218 years. Wow. That's probably because they were having 2 root beer floats every day. That's why they were able to live so long. But we know reality. Somebody there is doing election fraud, voter fraud en masse. And there's a lot of evidence pointing to the machines that were used. And apparently the company that manufactures and makes and services the machines is a company owned by George Soros. And they are computer-type machines. As a result, it's very difficult to take a trail and figure out who was actually voting, a certain way. But anyway, go to TrumpRepublican.News. We've got Dave Hodges posted there with massive voter fraud, and I think you'll enjoy that presentation that he has done on it. There are many other people, Conservative Tribune, a number of YouTube channels have covered it. Natasha covered it, Feigert covered it, and it's just wild. Now, one of the interesting things that has happened here in the last week is Alex Jones, his platforms have been taken away from him. He can't even send out emails because they even canceled his email company subscription. So they really tried to cripple him. But, while I was sipping my root beer float, I thought about it. And Dave Hodges had done another show. Whenever they try to do censorship, they just really make 62 million Trump supporters angry. 62 million angry people is not a pleasant thing to have going after you, whoever you elite people are that are doing the social media banning. And I want you to realize something. Donald Trump won because many Americans were upset with how things have been going in this country, and they're changing it, just like Donald Trump is changing it. And then something interesting happened. I got a magazine today, and a piece of the magazine really was good, completely unrelated to politics. But it says, emotion is what drives the decision-making process. A lot of Trump supporters have a lot of emotion on what's going on with the social media and the banning of their free speech. And the article continues, you cannot overcome emotion with fact, logic, and reason. And yet, that is what most people are trying to do every day. Prospecting, following up, communication, presentation, negotiation, period. Instead, you must make empathy your competitive advantage so that you build trust and rapport with prospects, clients, and not resistance. Well, I got news for you, social media. You've made a major blunder. Alex Jones has led the charge in many ways, but he's not the only one. There are thousands and thousands of people on the internet and social media and all kinds of other venues that you can't touch that are sharing what is going on in America. Now, what I liked about Dave Hodges' show as he ended it, he did a call to action. And I'm going to kind of repeat it in my own way. And this is it. It was a call to action to President Donald Trump. And we do know that periodically people from the White House, the administration, and other folks in Washington, D.C. listen in to Dave's show, my show, and many other shows. And we want to say this, Mr. President, there are two areas that you need to deal with immediately. The first one is free speech. The social media takedown that has occurred needs to be corrected. It needs to be fixed, Mr. President. Mr. President, we're turning to you as our leader to fix that. Tell us what to do, and we will do it. But, Mr. President, that is your call to action. The second thing, election and voter fraud. They're trying desperately to steal this upcoming election for the midterms in anticipation of trying to steal the 2020 election of you, Mr. President. One more time, we want you to be elected. So, Mr. President, do something about this social media banning. Do something about the election and voter fraud that's happening across this country, not just in Ohio, but across the country. And we just really pray for you, Mr. President, and all the people in your administration to do the right thing. And to quote President Trump, keep moving forward. Never, ever give up. God bless everybody.